All right, welcome back to the conclusive final round of Modern Mondays here at Guardian Games. We're Portland Paper. I'm Travis Cooper, hanging out with
Vinny Balstrade.
who is our resident SCG champion, and
he's never gonna come back to the booth now, Travis. And Ian Lunger.
yeah, and we're in the last round. We got some exos, and sometimes it's not the heroes you want, but the heroes you need. And right now, the heroes we have are slow roll, bringing it up.
Bogles and Stoneblade. It's great. I mean,
sometimes Bogles gets there.
yeah. Oh, definitely. Like without a doubt. I mean, maybe like an early Batterskull is really good, but even Bogles gets bigger than Batterskull sometimes. I don't know.
Well, it depends how control-y the Stoneblade build is. A lot of them are basically blue-white control, but Stoneforge Mystic is kind of your like end game package, and so they're playing some pre-verdicts, cryptic commands, or you have like some more aggro list. I bet there's going to be some Teferis in there, probably some Spell Quellers. So well-timed Spell Queller, Ambush Viper, Snapcaster, you're bouncing some enchantments with Teferi, maybe casting Supreme Verdict at instant speed. There's like game and interaction here.
Yeah, I guess like best case scenario is you're bouncing an enchantment and destroying a Daybreak Coronet. Seems really good.
Yeah. You know what?
What's going on? What's going on? Is this game one?
Yeah. Bogles is one of the few decks that, depending on what the meta is like, main deck Leyline of Sanctity.
That's a yikes. Well, I guess Blue-White Stoneblade doesn't really care, right?
Nah. Well, we got a 3/3 coming in hot.
4. 3?
It should be +2. Let's update the life
Oh,
totals,
yeah,
guys.
+2.
Yeah, Ethereal Armor counts all
Alright.
enchantments that you control.
Stoneblade, there we go.
Will Batterskull be good enough to race the Bogle Menace?
I kind of, at this point, if there's a sort of feast and famine, I kind of like grabbing that because you can block.
So, with Stoneforge Mystic, if we can get to 5, if we can live long enough to get to 5 mana, right, you have a blocker every turn if there isn't trample happening, right? Because you're like block, bounce your Batterskull, put your Batterskull back into play. I mean, Boggles is creating 2 threats, which is the best thing it can probably do for itself right now.
But it's going to be hard for them to put pants on 2 threats. They might have to, but one of them will likely be pantsless.
I mean...
And the deck without pants is powerless.
The slippery one already has pants on it, so...
little cute avocado dude there with some armor.
All that glitters. Pioneer staple here, making its way into Modern.
Let us know what it does, Vinny.
It is cranial plating for enchantments. I don't know how else to describe it because I don't know what the card does. I just know that it works like cranial plating in Pioneer.
Wow.
Cranial plating for both artifacts and enchantments.
Yeah. All right.
That seems pretty good.
There's a Batterskull.
Not the Batterskull, all the glitters.
All that glitters is very good. I mean, worse than cranial plating, but very good.
We might be able to do, if we have some cryptic commands in hand and some lands.
I mean, I'm really into the keep bouncing my Batterskull play, so let's see what happens. Oh, I guess I got tap your team this turn is good.
We got first strike on that little Boggle, so that plan doesn't work out super well. Ethereal Armor gives first strike.
Does Ethereal Armor give it trample?
Nope. First strike.
Alright, so you just like block and bounce though, right? Oh, but then you don't get the life, is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The flavor text on this enchantment, minus the last clause, is kind of exactly how Magic is.
Wow.
Oh, interesting play.
So we would have had, let's see, 1, 2 enchantments left in play if we had bounced all that glitters, you could have blocked with that Batter Skull and then taken the Boggle off the table because it would have just been a 3/3.
And do we at least have a 5th land so we can make my cool play that I wanted to do?
There's a 5th land.
All right. Don't play the Jace. Oh my gosh! You want to talk about cards that aren't that good? Jace.
I just feel like we could have navigated this matchup to like with that Cryptic Command to kill the Boggle, and then if you're
Killing the Boggle would have been.
and if your follow up is Jace,
super good.
then you get to like bounce the Spirit Dancer, and that seems way better than like now.
I guess the disadvantage of letting him have a Spirit Dancer for it. Oh no, he wouldn't have because he would have untapped and played Jace.
Yep.
Oh no, the cool line is gone. Unless we have another Stoneforge, which is pretty sick. All right. Well, so I feel like this is the situation that Bogles doesn't want to be in. Like, we're out of cards. We're playing off the top of the deck or drawing Horizon Canopies, right?
Yeah. Mystic Sanctuary wasn't aligned there either because we don't have enough islands, but now we do.
Field of Ruin only gets a basic, right? It doesn't get a...
Correct.
Yeah.
Supreme Verdict's also problematic here.
I think that card's a pretty overrated sweeper. If I had to pick.
Oh.
Do you start plussing Jace to just end the game?
No, I'm drawing cards. We got a Cryptic in hand, so I hope there's some Mystic Sanctuaries in Aiden's deck. If there is, we can get this game over. So next turn, Elijah's upkeep, you probably tap down your team, draw a card, hold priority, fetch, get Mystic Sanctuary, put Cryptic on top.
Or just Stoneforge Mystic, get anything, bounce your Batter Skull forever. Again, maybe not the most optimal line, but I think that it's pretty cool.
No, I feel like that you're just setting yourself up to eventually lose in that
There's
situation.
the Feast of Famine. Good call.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to go for the Batter Skull first, maybe envisioning that the gaining 4 life somewhere along the line is more important than being pro-black, pro-green on the
that's fine.
Stoneforge. Yeah. I guess like it's an interesting choice. Either way, I think that it's
okay. So at this point, interesting.
What is he afraid of? Veil of Summer?
Okay, now we get to see if we have a Mystic Sanctuary.
Oh yeah. Oh baby.
Feels good, man. Put Cryptic on top, tap your team, draw a card.
This just ends the game, right? Because then we're going to swing for lethal in 2 turns.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, next turn you just play the Feast and Famine and attack.
Oh, yeah. That also works.
Whew. Over quickly. Infamous 4K, I'm waving back at you. I don't have any.
It's true. We can even wave back right now.
Oh, we can?
We're waving. We're still
Ah,
waving.
there we are.
You stopped waving when it goes to... Okay,
What?
there we go.
Is there a delay?
No. We did it. Okay.
Who do you think looks more like a Slippery Boggle, me or you?
I feel like you're a little bit more... this is going to come off really bad, but I feel like you're... you work in marketing, so you can... you're a little bit more...
I'm glad this just wasn't a shot at my heritage. I thought you were gonna make a you're like Sicilian, you're a little greasy, like I don't know.
Oh no. We're talking about moral characteristics here a little bit. So.
We can talk about.
Oh, I guess the yellow shirt does give it a little like toad underbelly type thing.
Yeah, I can. I'll buy it. Yeah, you're much you're much more dressed up. All right, so Bogles, access to more Spirit Dancers, which I think it does want. Gaddock to be Cryptic Command.
Gaddock is actually decent.
Seems fine.
It stops both Cryptic and Supreme Verdict. So that's a thing.
And there's always the thing when you're playing like Stoneblade, Control, whatever is playing against Bogles. You're like, Path to Exile. usually sucks. But if my opponent has a Spirit Dancer or Gaddock Teeg, I need removal for it. So like having those options just kind of forces your opponent to keep in cards that might not be relevant.
The Bogles player also who Elijah has 2 Seal of Primordium and 1 Force of Vigor. Is that the green force? Force of Vigor? Yeah.
Yes.
Do you think in fear of Batterskull or another artifact card, you bring those in?
That's interesting. I mean,
I think your offense just has to get there.
Seems like your ley lines aren't doing anything. That's kind of free 4 cards, or 3 or 4 cards, depending on how many are in the main that you could shove in there.
Sure. Stoneblade here, access to 3 timely reinforcements. That seems decent. No? No one else is convinced but me. Let's talk about the real threat, triple Ashiok. Those are coming in.
Wow.
Name a matchup you don't want 3 Ashioks, because we haven't seen it here at Portland Paper tonight.
Meal plan. It's like we're in college again.
Throwback of a Vendilion Click, which maybe could do a little work.
Did you get? I get my meal plan joke just totally.
Meal plan?
I said meal plan. It's
oh,
like
the meal plan. I said meal plan, and I was like, I don't know where this is.
I know. Then it's like we're in college again because you're on the meal plan. Meal plan.
Oh my
meal
god.
plan.
Jeez Louise. Thank God there isn't a dad joke segment.
This is the last round of the day, folks.
The last round gets
this'll be it.
rough at Guardian Games.
It's this is the last one.
Click is fine. I like click because sometimes you're like ambush vipering, taking the best card out of their hand.
Yeah, it seems okay. It seems okay. You think you bring in Mystical Dispute to try and beat a Boggle?
You won the first game.
Just asking. I'm just asking.
Nope.
I don't know. Would I do that? Probably not.
I might if I was on the play, to be honest. Because you have Jace, shuffle it away.
All right, I'm gonna be on Team Boggles this round only because I want the Dryad Arbor to get there. I want Boggles to get there with just like Dryad Arbor equips.
That's when you get the soul read on your opponent. Like, you took out all your paths, right?
Yeah, you either have it or you don't.
Didn't last week we had a match on stream where it was just like suit up a Gaddock Teeg, get blown out by Blessed Alliance, like game over?
Yeah, that's the thing that happened.
Yeah.
Oh, and we had a path.
Which, you know, that's not that bad for Elijah. I mean, I guess it's on upkeep, so that makes it worse, but...
I don't like that path. I want my opponent to be casting a spell on this Dryad Arbor.
You want to give him the opportunity?
Yeah,
yeah
I want a 2-for-1 my opponent.
Oh, I guess you do get to pseudo time walk them with a tap land. Seems okay. Keeps them off of Spirit Dancer. Keeps them off of, I don't know. I don't think any of us play the Edge Runner or Cliff Runner or whatever the heck it's called.
Yeah. No, I feel like this, you have so many dead cards in the Stoneblade deck that you need a way to, like, leverage some advantage.
Yeah.
So
Interesting choice to go for Batterskull again when there's nothing in play. Like, why not get Feast and Famine and start picking apart the hand?
Ooh.
I guess Feast and Famine doesn't do anything in the face of Spirit Dancer, though.
So technically you're supposed to have your not cast the spell, ask if it resolves, and then trigger. You want to cast the spell as soon as you cast it, trigger. Just, you know, a thing to note.
Yeah.
If you're ever finding yourself sleeving up some core Spirit Dancers, it's a cast trigger.
And I guess pretty relevant in a world of, like...
Force of Negation.
Force of Negation, Veil of Summers.
All the things.
Yeah.
She looks so cool. Yeah. I want that person to be on my team in the apocalypse.
Imagine, like, the hell that would be raised on Noah's Ark if a core Spirit Dancer made it on board.
That's like the black sheep of Noah's family, like the distant like third cousin that's like, oh, here the world's ending. I'd like to bring my buddies on the Ark.
All right, we found a Boggle. We have a trampling, rancoring Boggle, remembering our trigger. But we also know Batterskull's there, so we can't swing with anything.
I just like drawing a bunch of cards right now.
Yeah, drawing a bunch of cards probably feels great.
Then even if you get Wrath, you got a bunch of cards. You're gonna get your Rancor back.
Very much agree. Very much.
You're
agree.
fine. Maybe thinking about which ones to lead with, like that you care the least about getting countered.
Yeah, I feel like it's a very hard. I mean, for me, and I haven't admittedly played a lot of Bogles.
Yeah, I'm a resident expert here.
Keeping a hand game 2 without a Boggle is tough, right? Like, Dryad Arbor is a very good card, but I don't know. I guess like knowing that there's going to be right, like you're playing an opponent, you're expecting them to make their optimal lines possible, and it feels like Stoneforge Mystic turn 2 is very, very good against me. So knowing that that's going to happen, not having a Boggle turn 1 feels rough.
Thinking about spell coloring. Get your cast trigger, Elijah. Come on. Do it. Okay.
There we go. We got it. We got it. We figured it out. All right. Huge. One big Spirit Dancer.
Do we have a Path to Exile on Elijah's side?
No, he's just happy taking it. He's really deep on the Batterskull plan. Cryptic Command, and then the game is yours. Sure, swing. Who cares?
It does feel like Elijah has gotten punished a bit for using the Path to Exile on the Dryad Arbor for
Very
sure.
much, yeah.
Or excuse me, Aiden has gotten
Aiden,
punished.
yeah.
For some reason, this is really bugging me how I see if the spell resolves before you get a trigger.
I mean, it's like it's incorrect, but also like we're whatever REL or if that whatever level 1 or whatever the heck we're at. Like you come to these events to learn these things, right?
It's true. It's like a thing where I kind of want to point out to them, but I feel like I don't want to. Like you can't. Like you're allowed to miss triggers at regular REL.
Yeah. I'll talk to him after the match.
Okay.
You're a little scary.
Oh, am
when
I?
the rules comes out, when you put on your court judge wig. No, I'm just kidding. You're actually very, very good at explaining rules. But yeah, something that could be corrected. Oh, and another all that glitters, which feels super good. Oh, tap counter was the call. Oh, tap draw. You can have it, he says.
Hope you got some more cryptics in there or some fetch lands.
Yeah, fetch land does it, right? We just start doing the Mystic Sanctuary.
Delay a turn.
Yeah.
Unless you have like an opt.
4 up to 8. Oh, they both have trample though. Yeah. Aye.
Aye. Is that the sound that Glade Cover Scout makes when it jumps at you?
Yeah, I think if you don't have a cryptic or some way to clear the board here, you probably die on this next attack. Assuming Elijah has some other auras in hand.
We'll gain 8, which is pretty good, but not that good. And even if he has 1 aura in hand, right, being able to chain draw here is very good.
Yeah, we got a Daybreak Coronet that we've been sitting on for a while for Elijah.
What? He just hasn't been casting it? That is true power to restrain yourself from just jamming a Daybreak Coronet.
We got a Spell Snare for Aiden though. Okay, we get a cast trigger.
Yes.
Cast trigger? Come on, remember it. Oh.
I think this time Aiden said you need to remember your cast trigger.
Well, he didn't get it.
Right, he said you didn't get it because he.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Well, you should be able to, if you realize that and you've missed it, you can go back at regular REL.
Yeah, I mean we should. I feel like there's a point in your Magic career where you recognize that you should remember your triggers. And,
Okay.
And you're like, if I'm missing them, then it's my fault, and I will be a better player in the future.
Yeah, I think it's good to live by those rules.
Oh, totally. That's how you improve, I think.
I'm still on those rules with pact. Like, I know they changed the rules for pacts where you can randomly forget them to your advantage, but
You lost to a pack trigger more than once?
no. But
If
you're
you have, it's okay. It's a safe space.
no,
We can talk
yeah,
about
yeah,
it.
yeah. But like the way they changed the pack triggers
yeah,
is you're
yeah.
allowed to forget, and then when your opponent reminds you, you pay the pack trigger.
Right.
But if I forget and my opponent reminds me, I'll scoop.
Yeah, that's fair.
I feel like that's how the rules should
Yeah,
be.
definitely.
And you all say that I'm the scary one.
All right, Spellclaw got the Boggle. We're at 2 life. Go to 1.
We know there's a cryptic in hand, so I don't know.
Why didn't we... Don't you... Isn't that... I think that is a miss on lethal. Right? If you play Stoneforge Mystic, activate the other Stoneforge Mystic, put sword into play, equip to Batterskull. That's 8 damage.
I think that's probably correct. It seems like Aiden just is into the cryptic.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I mean, he's
The
very locked
cryptic
up
tap
here. Like,
line.
he has a plan. Yeah, the line is very
Right.
clear.
And so was just kind of like thinking about that line and may have missed lethal, but ultimately it's going to result in the same thing here.
We drew a path.
Yeah, this is pretty locked up here.
Not before
Aiden's
we knock our
excited.
deck
We're
over.
knocking over the top of the deck. Oh,
Yeah,
handshake.
yeah.
There we go.
All right, and there goes Bogles.
Well,
Into the Batterskull every time. It's interesting.
so how do you feel about blue-white Stoneblade? We're not dealing with Uro, no Ice Fang
No, I
Quaddles.
mean, people like Stoneforge Mystic. I don't know. It's a card.
Yeah,
I
it
like
does
the
some
GP
things.
promos.
I remember when that promo was at the in the cycle for GPs going to a GP once, and there was one at the bottom of a urinal. I have that distinct memory just lodged in my head.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. We brought in Stony Silences and the Forces. Huh.
I wonder what Stony Silence. I guess to equip.
Equip the
Yeah.
sword, but it doesn't stop the trigger for the germ token, which is
Nope.
unfortunate. Sometimes that's enough. Huh.
Guess you can't bounce it and replay it then. So it does a thing. A
Yeah,
Leylander
yeah. And
Sanctity doesn't do a thing. So.
I don't know. Maybe there's like something else in there that we don't know about that's coming out of the sideboard. That
Like, explosives is one of the cards you really lose to if you're Bogles, unless you have some. If you have totem armor, it's still pretty bad.
Yep.
Well, sweet match. Ian, you got something to take us out on over here?
Yeah, we just want to thank everybody for joining and watching 4 rounds of Modern Monday this evening at Guardian Games. We are here every Monday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're in Portland, Oregon. Feel free to check us out on Mondays. We might be doing some legacy streaming coming up, so if that's your jam, just keep an eye out. I wanted to thank my co-hosts today, or my main hosts, Vinny Balistreri and Travis Cooper.
Well, I'd like to thank Satan, my parents, and everyone on the team here at Portland Paper.
It was fun to be back in the booth. Hopefully we do this again soon.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out, and I hope everyone has a really great week. It's always nice to start it off with you guys, and we're gonna leave you with some sweet jams.